Hey guys, welcome back to episode 91 of Telepathy. I feel like we have to explain ourselves. I feel like we have to apologize for not being there for you guys.
The title of this should be where we've been.
No, literally. Except we have a really good episode planned for today. I'm super excited.
Yeah, basically we've just been really busy. No explanation.
That's it. We really apologize. It's it wasn't even a conscious effort to be let's skip this week.
Yeah.
Time would just run out, and then before we know it, we're like, oh, happy Telepathy Tuesday, except where's the episode?
Yeah.
She wasn't
literally
there. But we're here now, and yeah.
Yeah. I've just been finishing up school stuff. I'm on my last week of school. Early week recap, spoiler alert. But yeah. I've been in my last few weeks of school, so I've just had a lot to do for my class. And then Enzo's been hard at work with the Scooby-Doo musical.
Yes, and just everything else, with graduation rehearsal and just little things. As the school year's wrapping up, I was saying how it's kind of weird how...
Oh, wait, I forgot that you graduate high school. I didn't forget, but I forgot that you have a ceremony and all that
that's
that you have to plan for. Yeah.
No, yeah, but I don't know, it's been weird because AP exams are over, so that's... I think that were they over when I did last episode? I don't know. AP exams are over, that's an update.
Who knows?
So in theory, things should be slowing down, and they have been, yet every other aspect of my life, it's now the homework is gone. Well, I still have homework, but homework isn't as much of a significant thing for me in my daily routine now, but there's now been 50 other things that have replaced it. And so all that to say, guys, we're finally back 2 weeks later, but I was going to try to segue this really good. I can't think of it. This episode is propaganda that we're not falling for.
Which, honestly, we're probably 2 weeks late to this trend at this point. Because we did have this idea a while ago, AKA a few weeks ago. And I think we've just been so busy that we haven't gotten to do it. So if you're wondering, I feel like this trend is already slightly past.
The microtrend has died.
You're probably right. But we're just doing a kind of a grand finale with this microtrend. Bringing together all of our ideas. What
hasn't died is our telepathy traditions, our camp question. We do an icebreaker in every single episode. And since it's episode 91, aka an odd number, it's my turn to come up with it. So your name and your age. And with summer approaching very quickly, what's your favorite summer drink? It doesn't have to be a soda. It can be alcoholic, I don't know, a slushy blended drink, cocktail, anything in that category that feels very summery to you that you're excited for.
Honestly, okay, wait. So my name's Anna. I'm 22. And honestly, I think I'm just going to say boba because boba is truly, I think it's also because in Savannah, we have no good boba. So I really only drink boba when I'm home for a long break. And normally that would be summer break maybe. Or I guess last summer I wasn't home to have boba, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. I feel like boba is just the vibes are you go to the pool and then you get boba or whatever. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. Hi, I'm Enzo. I'm 18 and I don't know. I haven't been a pina colada fan my whole life, but recently the pineapple and coconut combination, without alcohol, by the way, just gonna put that out there before the feds start knocking on my door. Yeah, pina coladas, the pineapple coconut combination. I'm where have you been my whole life?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so refreshing. And so we just have to shout her out.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I just had one. Sorry, I ruined your segue, but I just had a pina colada the other day and it was so good. And I downed that thing. It's just so good. There's no reason for it to be that good.
So refreshing. Speaking of shout outs, our music and TV shout outs from this week. Do you have anything to offer?
Yes. This week, we were talking about this before the episode, but I've been so busy that I haven't really been super focused on music discovery the past few weeks. I've literally kind of just been putting on a playlist and seeing what happens. I've also listened to my CDs in my car a little bit because I'm too lazy to plug in my aux cord. So that's the state of where we have been the past few weeks. But I'm gonna shout out another Fontaine's DC adjacent song, and this is "Better Way to Live" by Kneecap, featuring the lead singer of Fontaine's DC, Grian Chatton. But this is like, so Kneecap is like a Irish hip hop band, and they've gone a bit viral recently for their Coachella sorry, the intrusive thoughts. But yeah, it's like a really good song if you like rap music with a really heavy British or Irish accent. Really recommend. Yeah,
Like a little Central C moment.
yes, in that way, but Irish. Yeah,
But Irish. Okay. That's
yeah.
really fun. Okay. My music shout out is going to be the song Venus by Alexandra Savior. She just came out with an album. It's called Beneath the Lily Pad. And I have to put you guys on this because, okay, so the Venus song that I'm shouting out has such a nice jazz vibe. Like, I think you would really like it. Like, it's kind
Okay.
of like Francois Hardy, like, you know, like,
Okay.
kind of, you know.
You
The rest of
sold.
the album is definitely more
Sold.
like soft indie rock type of vibe. So, I feel like you would love it. Like,
Okay.
that
I'll
is the
literally
only
listen to
new
it.
music that has come out of me recently.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that, honestly. Like, I've also been kind of in a forced music drought because of the recent times. But
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I took the time to listen to this album because it's so good. So you have to listen to it.
Okay, I'll definitely listen to it. I'll probably listen to it today because I've been like listening to. I've actually gotten back into like. I listened to 2 albums earlier while I was working instead of like watching YouTube videos.
And where
as I
could you
have been
find the
recently.
song?
Well, funny you ask. We have a playlist called the Telepathy Playlist where you can go follow and check out all of the music that we've been shouting out for the past 2 years at this point. To go
That's
to it, you go to
crazy.
our Instagram, I know, at the Telepathy Pod, and we have a little highlight with the link to our playlist. So yes. Do you have any TV movie shoutouts? I don't think I do.
I only watched, this was like 2 weeks ago, so I don't even know if this was in the last recap, but I watched Ma again. This movie is so good for no reason, and it's because of Octavia Spencer. Like, she just is Ma, and like the plot is so sickening. But it's like, it's kind of one of those plots where it's really sick and twisted, but you're like, oh, whoever came up with that, like, that was kind of clever.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Just M-A, like Ma, like kind of like
Oh, like mom.
mother.
Okay.
It's like, it's the
I
one
don't know if I
where
heard of that.
she's like the over the top. So basically, the plot of it is kind of this town where nobody really moved out. Like, all the people who lived there, like the parents of these kids, they went to the same high school. They were all in a friend group and they all still live there. So basically, one of the girls was bullied by this friend group. And so she kind of like takes revenge on their kids when they're older. And there's like more sick and twisted stuff. And she basically like parties with these teenagers, trying to act all cool. And like, she tries to come off as very endearing and tries to make sure that they're safe. And she's like, guys, don't drink and drive, all of this. But it's like secretly she's just getting closer to them to like, and gets creepier and stuff. So it's actually it's a good like psychological movie. I don't know.
Okay, that sounds good. I like a kind of psychological thriller that's a bit creepy, but not like I don't really like true horror movies. I like a little creepy.
It's not
like
going to keep you
thriller.
up at night, but it'll make you think like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to add that to my list. Do you have any like week recaps? I know we were kind of just talking about tings.
Yeah, Scooby Doo happened, and then I feel like somebody needs to make a compilation of every week recap. I'm like, this week was not it or whatever, but seriously, something about this week, like it was the crying at the dentist type of week. I will not elaborate
Really?
on that, but oh, it was like the type of thing where I was at the dentist, and then like it was my first time going to the dentist by myself. They didn't ask me if I wanted to watch a movie. That didn't make me cry. But then it was like I checked my phone right as I was like leaving, and then I was like went to my car and started sobbing, and like yeah, it was just not the week. Propaganda I'm not
gosh.
falling for is this week.
Literally. Yeah, I've had an exciting past week because I finally got a job. Yay! And I'm moving. My job literally starts in like a few weeks, and I'm moving to Charlotte. So I'm like super excited, and just like searching for apartments and that type of thing. And then this current week is like my last week of school. So So, I today and tomorrow are the final grind. Like I just have two assignments to finish up and then that is it. Like those things are due on Tuesday and then I think I'm just kind of like done for the rest of the week. So I can start like packing and then my family comes for graduation on Thursday. So I'm very excited. So yes, it's been a stressful time, but I finally know what's like ahead. So I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, should we begin?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to
So
start?
yeah, also just to explain this trend for anyone who
Oh, wait,
doesn't
true.
know, like just in case you're like not on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Um, this trend is called the propaganda I'm not falling for trend. And basically you just post a video of yourself like walking or whatever, standing there, and then you say propaganda I'm not falling for, and then you name a list of like things that you don't like or don't plan to ever like get into.
Like a trend you will not be partaking in.
Right, like a trend that for some reason a lot of people like it, but you're just like, no, this is fake. Like this is propaganda. Like why are people liking this?
And it can be anything to the smallest, most insignificant thing in your life to
Right.
like the president. So
Yeah.
it can range quite a lot.
Yeah. It can be like matcha and then it can be like Doge.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
exactly. I'll go first though.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start off controversial, but
Okay.
controversial, but not nobody really cares.
Okay. Controversial but not problematic.
Yes, controversial. Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Controversial, but not. Everybody clicks off. Caffeinated coffee. I am a huge decaf coffee drinker. And okay, story. So when I went to study abroad, they like only had really caffeinated coffee because it's Europe, like decaf, whatever, is lame. So I started drinking caffeinated coffee and it was like fine, but it's also because in Europe there's not as much caffeine and it's a smaller amount of coffee normally that they give you. So it's like, okay, I drank caffeinated coffee. And then I came back and over the past like few months, like I was fine for like a few years, or not a few years, a few months. But now I'm like, whenever I go get caffeinated coffee, I feel like terrible and disgusting and gross. And
Oh.
it's not even like jittery anymore now. It's like I just feel like I'm gonna throw up the rest of the day, and I don't really know why.
Oh.
It's like the same feeling as when you forget to like take your anxiety medicine. The what you feel the next day is the same thing that I feel when I drink caffeinated coffee. So I'm going back to decaf officially, and I'm kind of on a coffee break right now, just because I had a few times in the past few months where I've just felt extremely nauseous after drinking caffeinated coffee. So I'm back into my matcha era for a bit yeah. So yeah, caffeinated coffee. I'm not, yeah.
Okay. I see. It's just like, okay, I've talked about this so many times of how I'm convinced that caffeine doesn't affect me. And then another thing is I work at like a boba slash tea house and we serve coffee as well. And so many people have ordered, they're like, can I just have a vanilla latte decaf, please? And I'm like, where on the menu do you see decaf? I don't actually say that. I just say, oh, sorry, we don't have decaf coffee. Because like we would have to completely switch the beans used and stuff like that.
Right, right.
Which, I mean, I see why for places that primarily sell coffee, that, you know, that's a good option to have. But it's like coffee is just kind of more like an addition to the drinks. So that's my only thing. But no, I can get behind
Right.
that. Not for me personally, but I'm not opposed to decaf coffee being more of a thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And like if they don't have decaf somewhere, I don't really like throw a tantrum or whatever. I'm like, whatever. I'll
Yeah.
just get matcha.
Which is
But
even
yeah.
more caffeinated, probably.
I don't
Well,
know.
I think
I
because they use
don't
less matcha. Like usually when you get a drink, it's because matcha is such a strong flavor that they don't put a ton of matcha in there. But I know it is still very high in caffeine.
Yeah, I know it is. I think it's not as much as coffee though, but like, or it just like affects me differently for some reason. Like, I
Yeah.
don't feel caffeine from matcha. Like, I could even drink matcha probably at night and like be able to go to bed.
Yeah. I don't know
I
how
don't
that
really know
works.
why. Yeah.
But okay, my first one, propaganda, I'm not falling for. I'm not falling for clean girl makeup. I feel like a broken record because I've probably talked about this 17 different times, but I don't know. I still will be wearing foundation. I will be powdering my face. I will be doing all of the things. My goal is not to try to make it seem like I'm not wearing makeup or like a dewy, glowy look. I don't know, like some people wear like such nice glowy makeup and wear it so well, but I do kind of like matte foundation. I kind of like it makes me feel like glam. I don't know. That's kind of all I have to say
Yeah.
about that. And I've definitely talked about that before, but I like a
Yeah.
darker lip. It doesn't just have to be like a nice light lip gloss.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on it. Like, I just have always done kind of the same makeup forever. I don't even know if my makeup would be considered clean girl or not. Like, because also it depends on the time of day. Like, if it's nighttime, I'll put on like darker eyeshadow. But I do like a dewy, like, I had like a dewy under like primer type thing that I really liked. And then I ran out and I haven't bought it again because it was like $40. But I do like the kind of dewy sunscreen type makeup products. But
Yes.
I'm overall neutral on the clean girl makeup aesthetic.
Yes. Okay, what is your next one?
Okay, my next one I just had to like get this out.
Okay.
Obviously, Benson Boon. I know
The
we've
way
talked
I
about him a
knew
lot
I was going to
recently.
put it on there, or I was going to put him on there. I don't know.
Put it.
I was going to put Benson Boone on there, but I knew I was like, Anna's going to say it and like we can just
Yeah.
talk about it then. So
Yeah.
hashtag telepathy, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. My pop filter's being really annoying and it's not staying in a place.
Propaganda
give me-
I'm not flipping for is Benson Boone.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
God, it took a second.
I'm also not falling for pop filters with like this type of like what if you don't have anything to attach it to? Okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, though, yeah, like we don't have to go too into depth about this because we talk about this all the time, but yeah, Benson Boone. Also his new song, the Moonbeam Ice Cream song.
What is that? What is
Like-
that?
That's such a terrible song, and I've had it stuck in my head like so much recently. Like once I start thinking about it, it's stuck in my head for like the rest of the day, and I hate it. And I just know that all these ice cream shops are gonna make this special flavor called Moonbeam ice cream for the summer.
No, thank you.
And like, yeah, no, thank you. And then, what was the other thing I was gonna say? What was I gonna say? Wait, when does his album come out?
I don't know. Not a fan. No, thank
Yeah.
you. Is it the album cover? Is it his look? Is it what were you gonna say?
No, just in general.
True.
At this point, it's everything. Also, his voice. Like, people are like, he has a good voice, but I don't like his music. But, like, I also just don't really like his voice, honestly. And you guys should watch. I sent this video to you, but the video of Anthony Fantano reacting to that
He looked
song.
repulsed.
I, like, can't stop watching that video. It's so funny. He's like...
It's also like the song is so high and it's like very falsetto-y and it's like, wait, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me not say
But enough
anything because
about
Genre
that.
Fluid 3 is on the way, guys.
Anyways, enough about that. Sorry, Benson Boone. I also added Gracie Abrams and Tate McRae into that section, but you know, that the whole trio of
We've
them.
spoken on the Powerpuff Girls that we're not falling for.
The Powerpuff Girls. That's true. Because I feel like Tate McRae's green, Gracie Abrams is purple, and Benson Boone is pink. Mm-hmm. Or yellow. Is there a yellow one?
I actually can't remember. I can't even lie.
Okay.
Wait, I think it's yellow, green, and pink.
Pink. Okay. Gracie Abrams is pink. Benson Boone is yellow.
I think so. Okay, yeah. Okay, my
Anyways.
next one, this is like kind of a switch up. I'm not falling for McDonald's. I don't know what
Ooh.
about it. I've seen stuff about like McDonald's breakfast or people like defending McDonald's. I'm sorry, but like no.
I've never been, I mean, also though, like, I never really grew up in a fast food family besides going to like Chick-fil-A. Like, Chick-fil-A is like the primary fast food that I went to growing up, but like, McDonald's, I will say I like their McFlurries.
I don't think I've ever had one actually. So, or maybe I've had like the St. Patrick's Day mint one or something before.
Oh, the
but
Shamrock Shake.
yeah,
Is
but I mean,
that
it was nothing revolutionary,
McDonald's?
and I don't know what stands out about it. And like
Yeah.
at their burgers, don't they literally contain horse meat or something? Like I will not be partaking in
Really?
that personally. Lots of love though, but I'm not falling for McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, my next one is a 3+ step skincare routine. I
Wait, I
don't really
saw
get
this
the
on one of
point.
somebody's list.
Really?
Yeah, like three
Oh,
plus.
really?
That's actually funny.
I came up with that myself. I don't really do any skincare. Like, I will occasionally use like a moisturizer. What?
Your skin is just like you're just blessed. And you just don't get it.
I only do moisturizer or like something if I have it lying around or like somehow I end up with moisturizer and I'm like, okay, I guess I better use this. I do like the ordinary hyaluronic acid. That actually works.
Love some hyaluronic acid.
But anything over 3 steps, even for me, it's like 1 step, but like anything over 3 steps, like, is that really doing anything? And also, sometimes I have a theory that like the more you do to your skin, the worse it is.
Oh, I mean, definitely because like some of these products, like I don't think they're supposed to be interacting with each other. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like chemistry. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah, like once you put on like one thing, it might counteract the point of like another thing that you put on or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with this. My skincare routine is 4 steps. So
Okay.
because I have a cleanser and then a toner and then 2 serums, a hyaluronic acid serum and then a niacinamide serum. And those 2 are from the same brand. So I'm like, hopefully they're not counteracting each other. But I really like it and it makes my skin feel good. And I definitely think it's good since I wear a lot of makeup that I should be cleaning my skin and taking care of it and stuff like that. But I do think the 10-step routines, I think that like the
Yeah.
traditional Korean skincare routine is 10 steps, which, you know, maybe that would work wonders for me or something. I haven't really looked into that, but
I feel like if you went the traditional Korean way, then yes, like I would support that, but not like anything else. Like only if it's truly
yeah,
backed by the Koreans because they know what they're doing.
because the self-care industry is a scam. We did an episode on that. Shameless
Oh
plug.
yeah, we did.
But no,
Yes.
I agree with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one. Okay, you're going to disagree with this. And this is like only for me
Okay.
personally, but I'm not falling for gold jewelry. I feel like it just
Oh,
doesn't,
okay.
it just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I feel like I'm always on the silver side.
I definitely agree that like different people like work better with different colors. I personally have a silver set just on the days I feel like wearing silver, but like I prefer gold. But I think you look good in silver. Like I couldn't really picture you being a gold person.
Right. Like, I mean, I feel like I've seen you wear silver jewelry and it still looks good, but I feel like gold is like
Yeah.
your primary aesthetic and it looks really good. So yeah.
That is interesting how like it just fits different people.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's like a color analysis thing. Like, I mean, I don't think it's anything related to my skin tone or my
Yeah.
hair color. You know, I don't know. Like, I feel like it could be the clothes I wear, maybe. I don't know. I just prefer
True.
silver jewelry.
Like sometimes when I'm wearing a black outfit, I wear silver jewelry because I just think black outfit with silver jewelry looks good.
For sure.
Okay. My next one is, you're going to disagree with this one. Avocado
Okay.
toast. Avocado
Well, are you
toast.
allergic to avocados?
Well, yes, but also like I never liked avocados before I found out I was allergic.
Okay.
But also, okay, wait. This is going to be a really unpopular opinion, okay?
Oh,
I'm not flying for just toast in general. I don't like toast, really.
I mean, I support that. Like, I mean, I only really have it with avocado. So other forms of toast, though, like kind of boring.
I just think that bread, once it's toasted, is not as good. I don't know if it's
Like
like a
even with
texture
like a
thing.
sandwich, you think like you don't want it toasted, like a
Okay,
bagel.
a toasted sandwich is good.
Okay.
That's a good point. I would just rather eat not on sandwiches, but on like breakfast things. I'd rather eat like non-toasted bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This next one, I am very passionate about this as of recently. Well, I mean, I've probably talked about this before too, but
Okay.
okay, guys, I'm gonna need everyone to give me like time to explain this because this might gag the live. I'm
Okay.
not falling for the protecting your peace movement because
Okay.
hear me out. Obviously, in theory, protecting your peace, that's great. Like, nobody's disagreeing that protecting your peace is a bad thing. However, the whole protecting your peace movement often implies not communicating because it's like, oh, I'm protecting my peace, so I'm just going to block you and not say anything. Or it's like being so stuck in a victim mindset or not willing to hear anybody out or randomly unfollowing, randomly blocking with just no. And it's like, there's definitely times in friendships or relationships where somebody will do something and it's like, okay, you blew it. That's it. However, the other 95% of the time, even if this is something that's like a deal breaker for you, like there should still be closure, like a conversation, telling somebody about it, you know? Like I feel like this
Yeah.
protecting your peace isn't just ghosting and going off the grid and not communicating with people. I don't know. I don't know if this is
Also,
controversial.
no, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. Um, Also, like, don't, if you end something without closure and then just leave and protect your peace, like, I feel like it could come back to bite you, like, years down the line. Like, that could always be haunting you. Whereas you could instead, like, have closure with something and then go off and live a more peaceful lifestyle. But yeah, I think this definitely fits into. I feel like everything we talk about now has like another episode that we can reference.
No,
But
literally, there's a whole
obviously,
like
yeah, like we have a whole
index for
library.
this,
Yes, yeah, the index,
a glossary.
a glossary. We should the telepathy glossary.
Yes,
Yeah, because we talked about this in the therapist speak episode, where like some things are just yeah, like some things you can say, but do you actually mean that, or like do you know what that means?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay.
Okay. My next one is getting married straight out of college. Because I'm basically straight out of college now, and so many people I know are getting married or engaged. And I am like, what the heck? Like, why are we doing this? I mean, like, if you've been dating someone for like 4 or 5 years, that makes a little bit more sense to get married out of college because it's like you've been together for a while and that's the next step. But like, if you've been dating for like a year or two and you're leaving college and then you get married, like, I don't know. Yeah, I just also like can't, like, don't you want to just like enjoy like this
Right, like,
period of time as well? Like, I'm so excited to go like live kind of on my own and like explore a new city. I just couldn't picture living a different lifestyle where I was like getting married or something.
yeah, no, that's just crazy. Okay, my next one is kind of short, but TikTok Shop. I just can't even imagine seeing anything on there and being like, oh, I have to buy this right now, and then clicking on it and then putting in my card information on TikTok. Like, this is not a shop. This is not a website. This is an app. No.
How did Okay, wait, because how does that even work? Because I truly have never fallen for this propaganda because I have never even experimented clicking on the TikTok Shop button.
Exactly.
Like, what does it even look like? Is it like Amazon where there's different sellers?
I guess so. And then like you promote it and the creator earns commission or something. I don't know. Not falling for it.
No, yeah. No, definitely not. I actually did apply for a graphic design job at TikTok Shop a few weeks ago. Or like a few months ago.
I love TikTok Shop.
No, I already got a job.
I know this. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why I applied to that job, because would I have realistically said yes? I don't think so. Okay, the next one is, okay, I'm very passionate about this one. I don't think we've really talked about this too much before, but Canva. Okay, but this is because I'm a graphic designer, and like, I'm very against designing your own personal brand in Canva, like doing the thing where you like type in what you want your logo to look like, and then maybe it's AI generated logo, or like you can choose from a preset amount of logos, because you can't trademark those logos because they're Canva's property. And why not just have a brand designer design a logo for you and like make something super awesome? I get it for like making like slideshows for a presentation that you need to do, or like Instagram templates if you're like starting up as a social media influencer. But like, other than that, like, I don't know. I just feel like I think graphic design should be accessible, but I think it's making it too accessible where people aren't appreciating the work of a good graphic designer.
I agree with that 1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Canva, if you're listening, I would work for you. Wait. Now I'm like, is this more like, do I morally want to work for them? Because it would be going to people who are using it. But I would enjoy making like templates and stuff for Canva, but
right, like you could better it to be like,
it just seems like a cool place to work, but maybe not anymore. I don't know.
And you could make it like a place for graphic designers to thrive, and not just like a shortcut, but more of like a creative place. You know, like you can always like make it better.
True.
So, yes. My next one, dating apps. I don't know.
Had that
now
too.
That I'm 18,
I had that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, I just turned 18 and I honestly forgot that this was a thing. I have never downloaded a dating app, and like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, because just the idea of somebody setting up their profile already gives me the ick. Like, what do you mean you chose this picture and you're like, oh, I think I look cute here, and then you do it and you like put your something about you. I'm like, no.
Yeah, definitely. I forgot that you have to be 18 to get a dating app, sort of. No, yeah, I like I don't know. It's also just like the thought of like actually meeting someone on a dating app and then having to like go on a date. It's like,
ew, I could never.
terrifying.
I can't do
like,
it.
I hate that. Yeah, enough said. Case closed. Okay, my next one is running. I hate running, and I've always been a running hater. But why are there so many people that like to run? Like, are you guys pretending?
I want to try. I feel like it is pretending, because I currently want to be a runner, and like none of this is authentic.
Yeah, because like, are you pretending? And like, why are there so many run clubs recently? Like, that's the cool thing to do now. Hold on. Is like, everyone is in a run club, and all my friends are running marathons right now. Like, I know like 5 people that have run half to full marathons in the past 6 months, and I'm like, it just seems like self-induced torture to me.
I just can't do it.
I also have asthma, so like, at least I have an excuse.
Right. Okay. My next one is male privilege in theater. It's like, I'm so sick of it, because
Wait, can you elaborate on what instances you would see this?
Wait, what?
Wait, can you elaborate? Wait, can you hear me?
Like, barely. It's kind of cutting in and out.
Okay.
It's
It's
like
my bad AirPod.
the 3/4 of the way episode AirPod glitch.
It's my like this AirPod just doesn't do anything. I was just gonna say, can you elaborate? Is it like performers or like tech people or
Oh,
both?
well, I would say both, but what comes to mind is more just like high school theater and just seeing callback lists where it's like 10 girls called back for something and then just like 3 guys called back for one role, but it's like only because there's not as many men in theaters. It's like all you have to do is just like barely
Be
be
in
able to
it.
sing and then you get it. And then I don't know. That's why I'm kind of thinking like, and it does piss me off also how most gender neutral roles are like originally male roles. Like there's no role that's like, oh, this was played by a female first and now it's gender neutral. Like it's normally just, oh, this was once played by a male, but a girl can do it too. But that's why I kind of wish that like for like strictly male roles, that some of those we can start swapping. So then instead of having just like, this is no like shade into any particular situation. This is just like in general.
Right.
But instead of having like a guy who's just there because he's a guy and because he can barely hold out a note. That's not what that sounds really mean, but do you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's so many, like I don't know. I feel like girls are constantly screwed over in theater when it's like some of them have so much more talent. Not more talent. Oh, I'm just digging myself in a hole here now. But
Yeah.
like I don't know, like
No, I get
sometimes
what you mean.
you don't have to have a good work ethic because it's like, oh, you're the only guy, so you're gonna get this role no matter what, or something
Yeah.
like that. And then it's like all these other people have to like bust their ass to get like something.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely true. Like there always is so many there always is almost an equal amount of like male and female parts in a musical, but then there's so many more females that can like play the roles. So, yeah. Okay. My next one is Addison Rae hate. We've already talked about Addison Rae a lot, but Addison Rae hate, I'm not falling for that.
No, thank you. Go stream Addison coming soon.
Yes, 1.5 weeks, and the back of her album looks amazing.
Yes, I'm super excited.
Enough said. You can go listen to our full episode on that from a few episodes ago.
Yes. Okay. My next one is the Dyson Airwrap. What do you mean you're spending $600 on a curling iron?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay, this is an interesting that you bring this up because I just used one for the first time a week ago at the wedding I went to. You can hear me, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, at the wedding I went to, my friend who I was staying with brought her Dyson. And I tried it and like, I like it, but I was honestly failing, but I honestly just fail at curling in general. So she had to do it for me. But like, I liked it, but then again, I don't think it's worth $600. That's a lot of money.
I don't know, like, when people are like, oh, but it's so good. How good does the curling iron have to be to get this many people to spend $600 on it?
Yeah.
That is crazy. Same thing with, like, AirPod Maxes. Like, there's just some things that $600, you will not catch me.
Yeah.
Well, probably because I don't have $600 to be spending like that. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. My next one is
It's the, guys, it's the 3/4 of the way AirPod crisis.
non-dairy milk. I've just always been like a whole milk person. And I like if you give me a coffee with like one of the other milks, like I'll drink it and it's fine, but like I've just never seen the point in like paying extra for a different type of milk unless you're like vegan, which I totally understand getting a different type of milk in that scenario. But I don't know. I just think the real milk is the best.
Oh, okay. Well, I see if you're lactose intolerant or vegan, like you said, getting an alternative milk, but I still just for like making coffee at home, I really like oat milk. But yeah, I can see that.
I think if I had to choose one, I'd choose oat milk for sure.
I do like almond too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on the lines of drinks, I'm not a hater of this one, but I'm not falling for lavender or rose used in drinks because some floral flavors, it's just, I don't know if it's completely necessary. And sometimes it just makes it taste, it's like we're at a cafe, not a Bath and Body Works, and sometimes those worlds collide. I feel like when we start adding really strong lavender syrup or rose to a drink.
Right. I would say I like, you can hear me?
Hmm.
Okay. I would say I like the two of them. I think lavender has gotten a little bit too oversaturated in everything. And like I've gotten a bit sick of lavender. So I used to get lavender lattes a lot, but now it's too much. I do like the
Yeah.
rose drink it where you work though.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Or do you have like one
Well,
more? Do you have one more?
okay,
Since
I have one final quick one, and it's having to buy a new dress for every event that you go to. Because this also came with like the getting invited to friends' weddings things. I'm like, oh shoot, now I have to like spend money on a dress for like every wedding. But I think I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna start re-wearing dresses, basically.
or like a graduation dress. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, these are like once in a lifetime events. We don't need just one item of
And,
clothing for it.
and some people have gotten a different dress for graduation versus graduation pictures. And I was like, I thought you were just supposed to wear the same one.
Right. Like we're just
Yeah.
consuming and spending money when
Yeah.
we don't have to. But
Yeah.
yeah, can I just say my last two without context?
Sure.
Six the Musical and Olive Garden.
Six the musical.
Yeah. Okay, okay, fine. I'm not a hater, but like it's just not, I don't
I
know.
thought you
Every
liked
time it comes
it.
on, I skip it. I do love the House of Holbein though. Other than that, and it's like I should like a pop musical, but it just doesn't do it for me. I've actually never seen it live though, so maybe I have no place to speak on this. Anyways, guys, that's the episode.
Thank you for listening slash watching. We'll be back pretty soon. Season 3 is coming soon, I will say. So things will be a bit up in the air for the next few
And
weeks.
John of Fluid 3
but
is coming soon, so everything is better in
yes.
threes. We're
Yes.
having a third guest. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
That is all from us.
Come on in.
Oh, yes. Come on in, Declan. No, I'm just
I said
kidding.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes. What's the Scooby-Doo? Okay, guys. We post every Tuesday, but follow on Instagram at The Celebrity Pod for more updates, review us, and all of that. And stay tuned for season 3 coming very soon. Propaganda that I'm falling for is telepathy because we are good as heck.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay.
See you guys next time.
The AirPods are glitching, but bye.
Bye.